And I just want to also note that I was a past, I am a past and proud JNWay ambassador. So all the ambassadors who are on the call tonight, I just want you guys to drop some blue and yellow hearts in the chat, right? As we get this night started. Okay, perfect. So as I said, we have a lot in store for you all. But before I get to it, I'm going to ask the manager for the youth banking unit, Mr. Michael Collins, to bring you all official welcome.
Thank you so much, Chevelle. And so I'll acknowledge you first as our moderator. That's Chevelle Ford, chairperson and moderator for representing our youth banking unit today, Jnbank. I'd like to also acknowledge my esteemed presenters today, Ms. Kimberly Savage, Assistant Vice President, Sales and Client Service of JNFM. And I can't wait to hear what Kim has to say today. Ms. Shanley Givens, Ms. Givens, it represents Jane Life Insurance sales team. And she's from another representative of the Jane Group, Jane Life Insurance Company. Mr. Coswayne Sams represents as the membership manager of the Jamaica Automobile Association. And of course, we have a representative of our own Jnbank's youth banking team, none other than Ms. Kadeen Fletcher, youth banking representative, youth banking unit of Jnbank. We would have our UE Alumni Association leaders, members, and well-wishers. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome and good evening. So thank you for taking the time out of your busy schedule to come to this financial literacy session, which is really for young people. I'm Michael Andre Collins, manager of the youth banking unit at the third largest financial institution in Jamaica, Jnbank, a member of the Jamaica National Group. Now, my team and I are truly honored to be here with you this evening. The Jane Group, especially Jnbank, has long championed the need for financial literacy, particularly among young persons like yourselves. And we work to share this knowledge as much as we possibly can. So we are indeed grateful for this partnership with UE and deem it a rather important one as we seek to provide information, as we seek to provide you with information, financial and otherwise, as well as premium products and services from the discussion that you'll hear from us. I'm also aware of the fact that many of our situations may have changed since the pandemic started. Now, we all know that school, as we used to know it, has changed. You have had to be doing online classes and examinations, not being able to meet and socialize with classmates and friends, and having the whole ordeal take a toll on your mental health. Now, some of you may have had to find a job or an additional job to help cushion the blows of COVID-19. Some of you may have had to even sit out a semester or two because of the unavailability of funds. We understand that. I just want you to know that you can and you will survive this. This is just another hurdle in life. It is hard, but COVID is not the end of the road. And I want to commend you for not giving up. Just continue to push through and persevere. Now, let me provide you with some background information on our organization. The Jamaica National Group is a diverse organization comprising several leading entities which provide a wide array of financial, technology, creative, and fleet management services and more. So our member companies are really grouped under two holding companies. Now, the first holding company, which is a financial group, comprises of entities like Jnbank Limited, which is where we represent and we're the main host this evening. And that the bank is a commercial bank, wholly owned, made in Jamaica, member-owned bank of choice with many member benefits for you. Now, we also have our long-standing JN Money, a remittance company where you can send and receive money from abroad. And of course, they take care of bill payments and so forth. The Jane General Insurance Company, affectionately known as JNGI, provides vehicle and property insurance among other types of insurance coverage. And that's serious business, especially for those entrepreneurs that are on this call, JNGI for you. Now, a critical component of the Jane Group is the Jane Life Insurance Company. And as you know, self-explanatory, they provide life insurance policies and of course, retirement plans and so on. You'll hear a little bit more about what they do later. In addition to that, you'll also hear some more about what Jane Fund Managers Limited, or fund management and investment entity within the group, is about. We have our speakers representing those two areas, as well as overseas, we own our building society in the Cayman Islands. So that's the Cayman National Building Society. And of course, our latest gem is the new Jnbank UK. So the MCS Group, which is the other holding company now, which is our non-financial companies, such as the Jamaica Automobile Association, which is more affectionately known as the JAA. You'll hear one of our speakers tonight on that. So you get a feel as to exactly what it's about. But we have some other entities such as Jane Properties, which property management and so forth. We have the technological arm called MC Systems, which is creating waves across the Caribbean and the Western Hemisphere. And I can dare to say that every single person on this call is actually affected by MC Systems in some way, shape, or form. I'm telling you that. They have impacted your life somewhere. And of course, the total credit services is the debt management area of the group, and they deal with property, remedial services and so forth. Now, you've heard a little bit about the Jane Group. Our youth banking arm now, which is called Jnbank, part of the Jamaica National Group, but specifically within Jnbank, is geared towards promoting financial literacy and empowerment among people like you, young people. All right? Now, the Jnbank trains, manages, and coaches some 30 selected youths called Jnbank ambassadors across some 20 tertiary institutions across our nation to actively engage with peers like yourselves to enforce our financial literacy and empowerment objectives, recommend Jnbank deposit taking and contractual savings accounts, as well as to endorse the other offerings of the Jane Group and its member companies. Now today, representatives from JAA, that's the Jamaica Automobile Association, Jane Fund Managers, Jane Life, and the Jnbank will make presentations on our respective products and services. We'll also share different perspectives on money management tips, as well as guide you on how to choose the best products and services to particularly suit your specific needs, your lifestyle and needs. So here's where I'm going to ask you to feel free, therefore, to ask any questions you may have of our esteemed panelists. So thank you for joining us this evening. Enjoy, and remember to take notes and share with your friends and colleagues afterwards. Welcome to this empowerment session. Over to you, Chavelle, sorry.
That's okay. Thank you so much for that, Mr. Hollins. That was a well in-depth overview of the exciting night to come. As I said before, I want you guys to just drop in the chat what you're expecting to be hearing from this panel, from this discussion. And I also want to know that we're also live on YouTube. So you guys, in the chat, the link will be provided so you guys can check that out. Now to get right into it, our next guest is from the UWI Alumni Association, the lovely Mr. Shika Taylor, who is a member of the executive committee. And she is going to join us just to give us some information and overview about what the UWI Alumni Association is all about. Take it away, Ms. Taylor.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Chavelle. Good evening, everyone. Good evening. The UWI Alumni Association, the Jamaica chapter especially, is happy to partner with Jnbank and Jnbank. I mean, of course, the University of the West Indies and the UWI Alumni Association, we're passionate. We're passionate about youth. We're passionate about youth development. We're passionate about financial literacy. So partnering with the Jnbank and Jnbank clearly would have been a no-brainer for us. Our chapter, through the kindness of our very engaged and active alumni body, of course, we support and continue to find new and innovative ways to support our current students and the wider university community. We offer scholarships, bursaries, opportunities for employment, internships, and we even have a first impressions program where we help our students to dress for success, prepare for the world of work. Now that COVID restrictions are loosening, we, of course, will look forward to having more exciting events like these, of course, but we want events in person as well. And so we ask that you look out for our fundraisers, look out for our corporate mingles coming up in the coming months where you can get to interact with us face to face. Of course, we're excited to continue our amazing partnership with JNWay and Jnbank, and we look forward to seeing you, all of you that are here at those events. Finally, 2023 is going to be an absolutely fantastic and memorable year. We are going to be celebrating our 75th anniversary at the University of the West Indies. So you know we're going to have a lot of big things planned. So we ask that you look out, look forward. We're going to have an exciting and memorable year. We're going to have a lot of things unfolding, a lot of things happening. And remember, remain engaged with the University of the West Indies. If you are an alum or you're about to become an alum, or even if it is that you're not a UWI student, guess what? It's not too late to become a UWI student and in turn become a UWI alum. Be sure to follow us on social media and be sure to join the alumni community if it is that you are indeed an alumni, an alumnus rather, or you're about to be via UWI Alumni Online. We are looking forward to a great program this evening. And again, we're so happy to have been able to partner with Jnbank and JNWay, and we look forward for great partnerships in the future. Welcome and thank you so very much for listening.
Thank you, Miss Taylor. Thank you for that. And for all the persons who are tuned in tonight, Miss Taylor would have spoken about some of the many great opportunities. So especially if you're a UWI student or UWI alum, feel free to ask whatever questions it is that you have in the chat and just engage, find out as much as you can about the association. All right, so our next speaker is from one of our member companies, JAA. Listen, I want you guys to be keen with listening to this speaker, because all the great services and the packages that JAA has to offer, you guys really don't want to miss out. Whether you drive, whether you don't drive, this is going to be a very informational and informative speaker coming to us. Now, his name is Mr. Coswayne Sams, and he is membership manager at the Jamaica Automobile Association. Mr. Sams is going to let you know why it is that you should call JAA.
Thank you, Chauvel. Thank you, Chauvel. And thank you for inviting me to speak today on behalf of JAA. Good evening, everyone, and welcome. All right, so everybody here from Kingston, from UWI, I want to see some flags and I want to see some signs in the chat. From UWI, let me see some thumbs up, little flames, anything. So I know you're here. All right, there we go. We have one there. I have two team members here with me in the chat. I have Renee Clark and I have Daniel Mattis, who will be assisting to answer any questions you may have while I speak. All right, and I implore you guys, listen carefully. When I'm done, I'm going to ask one question, and the first person to answer the question in the chat, we're going to give you guys a prize. All right, so let's just go and jump into JAA and what the JAA is all about. So the Jamaica Automobile Association is all about vehicles and providing services in the automotive industry for all our members and all the persons of Jamaica. I'm going to focus tonight on 4 of our business lines that you guys can look into, tap into, and can provide benefits to you guys. So the first thing is membership. The second thing is driving academy. The third thing is transportation. And the fourth thing is our advanced services. So let's start with driving academy. I think that might be applying to most of you guys, right? So our driving academy, we provide learner lessons for persons who want to learn to drive. So if you don't know nothing about vehicles, you don't know nothing at all how to drive, whether it's a manual or automatic, you can contact the JAA and we can assist you with that. Our lessons are very affordable. They start at $2,500 per lesson and they go for like 40 minutes, 45 minutes. So it's not the usual half an hour half an hour lessons. It's 45 minutes, and they're on the road, they're in the classroom, so it's very comprehensive. Outside of that, we have a driver improvement program. Our driver improvement program is for those persons who can already drive but want to improve, or they want to get better. It's for all those companies who have drivers working for them and who want to make sure that these persons are carrying themselves well on the road. You can come to JAA and we'll put your drivers through a little program to ensure that they are driving properly on the road. Going forward, and very soon, we'll be acquiring a simulator, and that will afford us the opportunity to train you guys to drive under any circumstance or under any condition. So we can, for example, say, put you at Manchester Mandeville in rainy conditions going Spurtree Hill. We can put you in Westmoreland. We can put you in Montego Bay. We can put you wherever we want for you to know what it's like to drive in those environments. So that will be coming very soon, a few months time. Outside of driving academy, there's membership. So JAA membership is all about making sure that our customers are and our members are taken care of wherever they are in the country. The main benefit of membership is our roadside assistance. That means that you provide 24/7 assistance on the roadside island-wide. If you have a breakdown, if you have a flat tire, if your car is not starting, if you're meeting an accident, whatever happened to you on the road, once you're a JAA member, we will come and assist you any time of the day, any time of the night. Not only that, once you're a JAA member, we assist you, reminding you guys when your vehicle documents will expire. And then we also assist in getting those renewed for you. So we come to you, we get the vehicle, bring it to the depot, pass the vehicle, bring it back to your yard to you. Last, or not last, but another benefit of JAA membership is that we provide discounts on wrecking and discounts at our partnering stores all across the country. So for example, you need a wrecker, we'll give you a discount on the wrecker. If you need to go to Bert's Auto to buy some parts, we'll give you a discount. If you need to go to Adam and Eve Spa, you get a discount once you're a JAA member. So eventually, the money you spend for JAA membership, you eventually save that money and more throughout the course of the year. We have 4 membership packages: the silver, the gold, the platinum, and the black card. And that's just to ensure that whatever money whatever bracket you fall into, whatever your budget is, there's something there for you. Our third business line I want to go into is the transportation services. What do we do there? We provide services like a coaster bus if you want one. We provide trucks if you need to move something from any end of the country, anywhere in Kingston. And we also provide courier services soon. So that means if you need to move a document, I need to move anything from here to the next location in Kingston, we can assist you with that. So for all the persons in the university or in their organization that want to go on a little class trip or a little how would I say, department outing, you can contact the JAA and we'll provide buses for you to take you to those locations. If you're having an event and you need to move persons from the parking lot to the event, you can contact JAA and we'll assist with that. The final business line I want to go into is our advanced services. And our advanced services is a fuel management system. What does that mean? It means that for the persons who don't want to put money in somebody else's hand to buy gas, you can use the JAA. So for example, if you have a company or if you have a family and you want to give gas to your employee every month, you give JAA that money, you give that person a card, and that card can only be used to put fuel in that vehicle. For the persons that have their families, the husband or the wife, and you have like 2 or 3 kids, you want to give them gas for the month. The simple way to give them gas, you give them a JAA card and they can go and purchase their fuel for the month using the JAA card. And pretty soon we're going to be launching a JAA mobile app, and using this app it will make buying gas even easier and faster. So going forward to the gas station, just go on the app, purchase the gas, go to the station, give them a code, gas in the car. No exchanging money, no swiping your card, none of that. If you want to give your friend some gas, you simply buy the gas, send your friend the code, your friend have 2 hours to go and cash out on the gas. So as you can see, the JAA, we're providing services for everybody who want to be in the automotive industry. Whether you're walking, whether you're riding a bicycle, whether you're riding a bike, whether you're driving a truck, once you are about vehicles and movement, the JAA is here for you. So that in a nutshell is about the JAA services. If you want to sign up for JAA membership, you can simply go on our website, and that's www.contact calljaa.com, and you can become a member. You can sign up for driving lessons, and you can see information about advanced services and about our transportation services. Everything I'm telling you right now is on our website, and you can also reach out to us on Instagram or any social media platform at calljaa, and we can answer all the questions you have right now or all the questions you may have. I know I don't have much time, so I'm going to be asking one question now. I'm basically finishing my presentation. I'm going to be asking you guys one question first. The first person to answer the question in the chat, will provide a prize for that person. So I want the moderator and I want the JA team to just keep an eye on the chat to see who will respond first with the correct answer. And then after that, I guess I can answer a few questions. So I mentioned driving academy lessons. What is the cost for a single driving academy lesson? Jesus, my, whoa, who was that? I seen a Humphrey Francis for the first person to respond. I hope I'm right. Humphrey Francis. Humphrey, can you just please send your contact details to the moderator, and we'll be in touch with you as it relates to redeeming your prize. All right, so that's it for me, Madam Moderator. Not sure.
Listen, what did I tell you on? What did I tell you on? JAA, thank you, Mr. Sams. Thank you so much for that presentation on JAA. And for those quick fingers in the chat, congratulations. But just for those who didn't win this time around, just keep on listening to the presentation, because we have much more prizes and surprises in store for you. So just keep tuned and keep in tune. Ensure that you're listening keenly, all right? Because this is not the last of it. Again, thank you so much, Mr. Sams. I'm especially looking forward toward the mobile app, the JAA app, as well as the simulator. Exciting times are ahead. So for all of you guys on the call, whether you're a driver, you know, all the membership that Mr. Sams would have went over, or for those non-drivers who are looking, you know, to learn how to drive, we have the Driving Academy as well. Again, Mr. Sams, thank you so much. All right. So now, the topic of investment and investing has become an area of interest as of late, right? And our next presenter will confirm that it doesn't matter how small you start, what is really important is just getting into the habit of investment. Help me welcome Miss Gayan Knight, who is going to provide us with some beautiful gems on investing and how JN Fund Manager can help us start our investment journey. Go ahead, Ms. Knight.
Good afternoon, everyone. It's a pleasure for me to be here with you this afternoon. For those of you who are looking for Kim, young girl Kim, sorry to disappoint. I'll be representing her today, but she is online, and so she'll be answering the questions. Okay, so JN Fund Managers, we are the investment arm of the JN Group. So if you want to make money, then you come to JN Fund Managers, right? We have been around since 1996, and we are here. Some of you may never have heard about us, but we are here, and we are one of the top stock brokers there. We are doing all types of investments. We do stock brokering, mutual funds, bonds, investment banking, pension management. So anything like that, you come to JN Fund Managers. Now today for our presentation, we're going to look at some key aspects of financial literacy. What's that about? Why you need to be financial literate, and how you can get to financial freedom. So most of you here are in university or studying for whatever you want to become, whether it's a doctor, a nurse, or a teacher, entrepreneur, whatever it is. And so you are studying, right, to achieve that goal. So it's very important that you become financial literate. And that is simply just when you have a set of skills and knowledge that will allow you to make informed decisions. And that's why Janeway is here. They have arranged this so that you can get knowledge, not just on financial resources or investments, but on all the products that JN Group has to offer, so that once you are knowledgeable, then you'll be able to make better decisions for yourself. So the core pillars in financial literacy stem certain things such as earning, budgeting, borrowing, investing, and protecting yourselves. So let's think about it. You guys are in school. Some of you may be working part-time. Some of you may be working full-time. But for most of you, the way you earn money is by active income. That means you're going out to work every day. You have to be present to make money. But another way you can make money is actually through passive income, where you live off dividends, rent, and things like that. So you want to be able to make money, not just by going out. You want to be sleeping at night, right? And know that money is working for you. So that's how investment comes in. You want to be sleeping. You don't want to be going out to work every day. You want to achieve financial freedom and to be making money even while you're sleeping. Can you imagine that? Yes, that's what I want to do. I don't know about you, but yes. So earning is the first place where you start. And once you're getting money now, the next step is budgeting. So it's all well and good that you're earning. Some of you may have 1, 2, 3 part-time jobs, whatever it is. But if you are not budgeting and investing from it, then you won't go anywhere, right? So budgeting is also key. And that's just where you are setting aside something from that. And you need to spend less than you earn. That is the key thing. You're going to look at all your income, look at your expenses, and put down something for investment. Also borrowing. Now borrowing, a lot of us, consume ourselves with borrowing. You see somebody driving and you want to drive when you would have invested and saved more if you probably took a taxi or a bus for now and just wait. You don't have to take the loan now to buy the car just to show off or so. So good debt and bad debt, those are critical in terms of making good financial decisions, right? So the good debt would be, let's say you decide, some people, the first thing they do is to buy a car once they start to work, right? You want to just go out with your friends and enjoy yourself. But I would suggest that buying a house could probably be better. You could buy a house, an apartment, and even rent it out. Then that would be good debt, because you're taking a mortgage to buy a property, and then you could go on and rent that. That's what I spoke about with passive income, where you're making money. So you buy the property and rent it, and you get more income while you're sleeping. Somebody's paying your rent, and you can use that rent to pay your mortgage. So, so borrowing is also critical in thinking about your financial plan. Investing. So we'll go more into that later. And protecting. Once you have amassed all that you are doing, right, and you invest and so forth, you also need to protect what you earn. Okay. So when you protect what you earn, you do that through insurance. And we have someone here.
Sorry to cut you. There have been some of the viewers are having a little bit of difficulties viewing the presentation. So could you just put it in slideshow view, please?
It's in slideshow now. Are you seeing it?
Yes, thank you.
Okay. So I was just mentioning protecting your assets. So we don't want you to invest and then something comes up, you get sick and you have to wipe out your investments, or you're driving a car and then you have to come in for investments to fix that. So protecting what you have earned is also critical. And Shannon, you will go into that after this presentation. Why is it important to be financial literate? Well, once you get all this information now that you learn in this presentation or that you read and so forth, then you will be more responsible. Well, we're hoping that you'll be more responsible, because a lot of persons know what to do, but don't do it, right? You know that, maybe you shouldn't do this purchase, but you just want to show off and you do it, right? But we are hoping that by getting the knowledge, you will be more responsible and make better decisions to manage your money and build wealth. So what's your reality? Are some of you currently living from paycheck to paycheck? Is there anybody here? Show of hands, living from paycheck to paycheck? Or is it that our economy has caused you to be spending more than you're earning? Do you practice good money management skills? Well, if you are answering to that, then maybe it is now to look at how you can achieve your financial goals. So first thing when you're coming into investing is that you should have a plan, right? You need to know what you want to achieve. And for many of you here, it may be to buy a house or buy a car, or for some of you, it's to further your education, or some of you may even have children. You want to look about your children's education. But the first thing you need to do, right, is to decide what you want to achieve, right, and develop a plan. And we are here. Kim is online. I'm here, and we have a suite of advisors at JN Fund Managers who can work with you to achieve a goal. And once you develop the plan and be determined and deliberate and dedicated to that plan, then you can start investing and make some money so that you will eventually have financial freedom. So I'm going to, for the rest of the presentation, we're going to highlight one of our products, which is the JN Mutual Funds. So for those of you who may just be saving, we would recommend investing. And investing is where you're participating in financial assets that can make money for you. So the JN Mutual Fund is made up of several funds. And what is a mutual fund really? A mutual fund is simply a pooled investment. And by that, I mean that we're pooling funds from different investors, right? So let's say Michael and Shanali and some friends here on the chat decide that, okay, they want to make some money. So they're going to pool the money and buy some, let's say you're going to buy some crate of drinks, right? Because there's a party you're planning. And so you put the money together, buy some drinks for this party, and then you sell the drinks at the party and you make a lot of money, right? Then the money you make would be your profit. And if you had put in a portion in that, let's say you had put in half of the money, then you'd expect to get half of the return. So that's how the mutual funds work. But we as JN Fund Managers, we are managing it on your behalf. So we pool funds from different investors, and our portfolio manager would buy different types of assets, and we have several funds. Now, each fund is invested in different things, and you as the investor, you would benefit from different things such as diversification. So instead of you buying a stock by yourself, just one stock, you benefit from a pool of stocks in the equity fund. You also benefit from our diverse team. We have experienced personnel who are managing the funds. So they, because of their experience, they'll be able to make some money for you. So if you buy units in the fund, then the fund price will increase and you can make money that way. So you have access, the cost is low, so there's actually no fee for that. So it's as if somebody is managing your money for free. Can you imagine? We're free, no cost to invest in the mutual fund for you, right? No cost. We don't charge you anything to invest your money in the mutual fund. Now there are 6 types, as I mentioned, and each with a different risk level. So we have, let me just go back to that. So we have the local money market fund. And the money market fund is the lowest risk fund. So it's local money market fund and also the global money market fund. The global money market fund is in US dollars and the local money market fund is in Jamaican dollars. We also have 2 fixed income funds, one in Jamaican dollars and the other in US dollars. And then we have a global diversified fund, which is in J dollars, and global equity fund. Now, each fund is invested in different types of assets. So if you remember my example about the crate of drinks, in this example, we are investing in different assets. So in one, the global equity fund, that assets, those are equity. So that fund would be invested in stocks. The fixed income fund would be invested in bonds. The diversified fund would be invested in a mixture of assets. Right, so you would select the fund that's best for you based on your goal and your risk tolerance. You can also invest in more than one fund, but the financial advisor will be there to guide you. And we have a fund that's, I'm sure all of you could invest in, because we start at 5,000 Jamaican dollars. That's the minimum, $5,000. And you know what we recommend as well, that you set up a standing order. Jnbank has that option. You can just, if you have a Jnbank account, fill out a form and set up a standing order to send 5,000 every month minimum, or more. If you have it 10,000, 20,000, whatever it is that you have set aside from your budget, then you send that over to us, whether in Jamaican dollars or US, to invest in one of our funds. And your money will be worked on by a portfolio manager, and over the long term, you will make some money. As long as you're disciplined, dedicated, and you follow the plan, then you will make money. So let's look at an example. Let's meet Xavier, right? So Xavier is a young guy, and he has listened in this presentation or in others, and so he set aside, he invested, and when he gets older, when he reaches an older age, then he can achieve his goal, right? And he'll be a happy camper because he has done that. He has set up his investment plan and achieved his goal. Look at this example. So Xavier is 25 years old, and he invested $10,000 with us in one of our mutual funds. And let's say, for example, it gives an 8% return. Now, if he does this, starts at 25, when he reaches 65 years old, can you imagine that? Just $10,000 per month, his ending balance at 65 would be $32 million, 32.4, assuming just a rate of return of 8%, which means he would have earned $27 million on his 4.8 million. And if we look at another example, let's look at Taryn now. She started late in life, right? She started late, but could she achieve her goals? No, she didn't. So she's old. She doesn't have any money for her health care because she didn't make wise decisions. In her case, if she had invested at 45, older than our first example, Xavier, she invested the same amount of money, $10,000 at 45, but now at 65, she would only have earned $3 million. Do you see the difference? So the point of this story really is that you guys are here, you are young. If I could go back in time, I would do so many things differently. I would invest differently. I mean, my daughter now is 16 years old, and I can tell you at 16, last year she was 16, and for her 16th birthday party, do you know what she wanted for her birthday? She told everybody she wanted money. And the reason she said she wanted money, you know what she did? Last year, Barita came to market in September for their APO. And yes, she just gave me the money and said, Mommy, buy some Barita shares at 60. Now, if I had that knowledge, maybe now at my age, I would be here presenting. I would be probably retired already and living on the hotel, enjoying myself. So what I would like to leave with you today is that you are young. Your life is in your hands. If you make good choices now, then it can lead you to financial freedom. So now is the time. Jane Fund Managers is here. Jane Group's motto is we'll help you find a way, and Jane Fund Managers is here. We are here to help you find a way. We have several financial advisors. We are all across Jamaica, and the best thing about it right now, everything can be done online. You can log off right now after this presentation, and you can go to www.jnfunds.com and just open an account. Do you believe me? Yes, you can. You just go to jnfunds.com and you can log on, just say, open an account, fill out the information, and your account could be open online. Or you can, if you're not so sure what you want to do now, you can go there, schedule an appointment with our advisors. We have Kim, Jason, Nikisha, I'm there, and we have others. And you can get some additional guidance. Unfortunately, we only have 15 minutes, so I don't want to take up everybody's time, but just to let you know that now is the time. Now is the time to act. So I would beg of you to listen and to act so that you can achieve financial freedom and to make use of Jane Fund Managers. We are here to help you. Thank you. Oh, before I go, I also have questions and prizes. So Kim is online. I'm going to ask a few questions. Because we are the money center in the group, we are the investment company. I'm going to give away 3 prizes, right? So the first 3 persons to answer, and it will be very easy. Just 3 prizes, 3 questions. The first question is name a low risk fund that we manage. So name 1 low risk fund. Okay, name 1 low risk fund. And the second question is, what is a mutual fund? And the third question is, which fund is invested in stocks? Which fund is invested in stocks? So now hand over to the moderator. And Kim, I hope you're seeing who is answering. Over to you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Knight. That was Miss Gayon Knight, Assistant Vice President for Sales and Client Relationship at JN Fund Managers. Now I see you guys are answering those questions in the chat, right? Our moderators on our tech support is there, as well as the representative from JN Fund Managers, Ms. Savage is there. So for those who would have answered correctly, let me just see. All right, so Mr. Francis would have said a risk fund is local equity. All right, so that's question one, right, Ms. Knight?
No, that's not correct.
Okay.
I asked for low risk fund.
I have the names of the winners
Okay,
Okay.
perfect.
for all
Perfect.
three questions.
Thank you so much, Ms. Savage, and I'm glad that you guys are here and tuning in. Thank you for those gems and for basically informing all of us on the call right now why it is important to start now so that we can obtain financial freedom. Listen, the prizes and surprises are here for you now, guys, so just keep your ears glued to the presenters and take as much information as you can away from this session. The experts on the various matters are here. So whatever questions you have, just feel free to drop them in the chat and they will be answered. The information, the answers, they're all here in one spot. All right. So our next presenter will show us exactly why life insurance is everyone's business, right? Please help me to welcome Ms. Shanalee Givens from JN Live, and she will be sharing with us something that all of us on this call needs to know, the importance of life insurance.
Hi, good evening, guys. My name is Shanalee Givens, a financial advisor at JN Life Insurance. I have one of my colleagues, Shamona Daya. She's in the chat and she'll be answering your questions. So basically, JN Life Insurance started in 2013. We started offering group insurance to companies within the group and throughout Jamaica. We started doing individual line of business in 2018, right? And we have family plans, we have individual plans, and we actually we are in charge of the JNRS, which is the JNIRS is the individual retirement scheme. So I'm gonna be starting with the importance of pension planning, because what I get from being in the field is that a lot of persons said, you know, nobody never told us about pension at an early age. And if we knew, we would have started as soon as we started working. So basically what the JN individual retirement scheme is, it's an individual retirement scheme that you can enroll onto. So it basically means that if you're a 9-to-5 person, if you're an entrepreneur, whatever you do, you can come to us, sign up, you can invest, well, you can offer to save a minimum of 5% up to 20% of your annual salary. It can be done on a monthly basis, on a semi-annual basis, on a quarterly basis, or on an annual basis. The importance of pension is that, one, pension is normally pulled from your gross salary before it is taxed. So you get a tax waiver. It's actually your money that you're putting down for the future, because in these modern times, I mean, you have to plan for your future. You can't depend on your kids or somebody to say that they're going to assist when you attain retirement age. And in Jamaica, retirement starts at age 55 up to age 65. So it is very important to actually sign up as soon as you start working. I mean, I know you guys are still going to school. You probably leave school between the ages of 21 to 24, depending on what you're doing. But I would implore you guys to actually start with an individual retirement scheme if it means that you're going to move to a company that's going to be offering a pension scheme. You can move over your funds at that particular time, but the basic important point is to start saving as soon as you have graduated. As soon as you start working, you start saving, because it allows you to retire earlier, as I say, and you get the waiver in terms of tax waiver. So I'm gonna go into some of our insurance products now. And I know normally when I approach younger persons, they're like, oh, me not need no insurance, me not dead for now, me not need it. But guess what? That has no age. And the best thing about life insurance is that the earlier you sign on, it's the more affordable it is. So for example, if a 21-year-old gentleman is going to be taking $5 million, they can be paying $10,000 less than a 45-year-old taking the same amount of coverage because of your age, right? So the plans that we have individual life plans, and we have individual critical illness plan. We have family critical illness plan, and we have family life plan. So basically we cover everybody in the household from age 0 up to age 76, right? So I'm gonna tell you about our critical illness plan. And critical illnesses are like cancer, stroke, heart attack, stuff like that. So we have one of the best critical illness plans in Jamaica. It basically covers you from age 18 up to age 60. It covers 13 critical illnesses. And the best thing about that plan is that if you should claim on any one of the critical illnesses covered under the plan, you can claim on it after 1 year. So for example, if say Gayan, for example, took a critical illness plan from me in May, and unfortunately, she has to claim on it for whether it be a stroke or anything like that. We can pay out the coverage amount, and then after 1 year of having that plan, she can come back and claim again once she continues to make her monthly premiums. But the only plan like that in Jamaica. Every other plan, once you claim on one of the critical illnesses, they pay out the money, and then you cease to have that plan, and you can't go anywhere in Jamaica or in the world to get another critical illness plan. So that is one of our flagship products, and it is very, 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 very useful. I've seen where this gentleman, I think at the time he was like 40, and he had a stroke. It wasn't a serious stroke, and we paid him out $4 million, and he's alive and well, and he's still paying for his plan. And it's the only critical illness plan that he has now. He had one at one of our competitors, and they paid him out and they closed it out. So you can come to us and we can do quotations for you. We also have like a family indemnity plan. The family indemnity plan, you can put your parents on it. I mean, I know some of you wouldn't have kids as yet, but you can cover your parents, because it is important to provide some type of, what should I say now? Some assurances or some financial planning for your parents in case anything should happen to them, because so many times we see persons setting up GoFundMe for surgeries or for burial or stuff like that. You don't want to put yourself in that position when you can pay a minimum of $2,200 per month and you have coverage for your family members. One of our newest plans that we have now is a term plan. It's called the JN Life Vest. It offers life insurance, and it offers an investment option as well. It is extremely affordable. When I say extremely affordable, I mean extremely affordable. It offers insurance coverage for a specific period. So you can get a 10-year plan, you can get a 15-year plan, 20-year, 25-year, 30-year. It depends on what you are doing in terms of your financial planning and your estate preservation. It can actually be used to assign to mortgages, whether it be a mortgage at JN or any other financial institution. And as I said, the best thing about it is that you can choose to have an investment rider on it. We actually pair it with the mutual funds that Gayan went through just now, JNFM mutual funds. So you can do a minimum of $5,000 as a part of that plan, along with your regular insurance premium. It's extremely affordable. When I say affordable, I mean affordable. And it's an underwritten plan. You would probably need medical evidence. It's nothing much. The company normally pays for the medical once you need it to get onto the plan. And we're actually pushing it for young people. Listen, it is so cheap, like cheap for you to get coverage. Coverage starts at $5 million and you can get up to $70 million coverage. We also have a critical illness family plan. Critical illness family, it covers from ages 0 to age 65. You can get up to $6 million coverage. It covers 13 critical illnesses, similar to the individual critical illness plan. And you can cover your mother, your father, if you have a spouse, or if your parents aren't alive, you can put like your parent-in-law if you're in that type of situation. But at J Life, we have everything for everybody. No matter how young you are, because as I said, we start at age 0 up to age 76, right? Sorry. Yes, so that is basically a roundup of the plans that we have. If you're interested, you can reach out to myself, Shamona, and actually Gian, because Gian is one of our part-time agents, or you can just send an email, you can visit our website, our products are there. We are more than willing to visit your location, go through what you may need for yourself or your family, and provide the best option for you at that particular time. But guys, don't think that you're too young to get insurance. I don't think that you're too young to have any type of illnesses or any type of death or anything like that. You're never too young. So reach out to us and we can find a way to assist you as best as possible. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ms. Gibbons, for that insightful presentation, and just letting us know that it is never too young. You know, it is never too young to start, and she would have spoken about the different packages to suit the different needs of some of us on this call. The information, contact number, as well as website for all the presenters are in the chat. So just make a note of it. We will have it, for future reference to receive any additional information. And as they would have all told you before, feel free to reach out to them if you need any further clarification or if it is that you would like to get started. All right. All right, so I'm seeing a question in the chat, and the representatives from Jnbank, they're in the chat, so they will answer whatever additional questions you have there. All right, so our next presenter, Ms. Kadeen Fletcher from the Jnbank Youth Banking Unit. She will be speaking to us on some of the products and services that JN has to offer, for you. So just please listen keenly. This should be a great one. Kadeen, go ahead.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for having me. I'm honored to be here as a guest speaker. And I just want to say, representative of the UE Alumni Association, Ms. Taylor, my colleagues in the chat, welcome again. My name is Kadeen Fletcher, a member, youth banking representative of Jnbank, and I was given this chance or this opportunity to speak to you about Jnbank's group of products, what it is that we have, and as we state, helping youth find a way. Now, we want to move forward. I'm just checking to see if persons are able to see my screen here. Yes, moving forward. So let's talk. I want to have a general conversation with you guys. When you think about Jnbank, what comes to mind? I'm going to be asking you guys to put your answers in the chat, given the time frame that we have. It's just 15 minutes. We do have a case where you can also wait until after the presentation to move forward. So now for myself, as Mr. Collins had suggested before, Jnbank is a member-owned bank. And what that is, we are the first mutually owned commercial bank, which means that 100% of our shares is basically owned by the savers and borrowers. So, we are also thinking on the platform of, this is Jnbank being the bank that you own. Now, moving forward from that, my other question to you would be, what are your goals? What is it that you're looking forward to save in the future? Is it that you're looking for home ownership? Are you looking to build your own home? Are you looking to purchase land? Is it that you're looking to purchase a car? Or is it that you're looking to further your education? And having these goals in mind, what are your plans to achieve them? Is budgeting a part of your plan? Or is it a case where you are falling victim to the myths of budgeting? I'm just going to ask two persons to just put in the chat, what are some of the myths of budgeting that you have heard before, or something that pops out to you when you think of budgeting and saving overall? All right, not seeing anything. All right, moving along. So now we want to look at the products and services that Jnbank has for youth. We have what you consider to be 7 of the major things here. We have contractual savings accounts. We have home ownership packages, online banking. We also have credit cards, specialized loan facilities such as term share loans or unsecured loans. And we also offer 24/7 JN Express, which is smart ATMs that allows you to make deposits and withdrawals at your convenience. We also offer workplace banking days. Now, we spoke about budgeting before, and in a nutshell, what budgeting is, it's planning for your future income and expenditure, and that you can also utilize as a guide for spending and saving. Now, when I think of budgeting, what comes to mind would be the 50-30-20 rule of budgeting, whereas 50% of your income goes towards your monthly expenses, 30% goes towards your wants. If you're looking to purchase that new iPhone 14 that is coming out, or the iPhone 13 Pro Max, and you also put aside that 20% for your savings. Now, in terms of what budgeting is also, it is also an activity which helps you to properly manage your money. Now, I'm not talking about just having a pen and paper and writing down what it is that you're budgeting, such as a dollar value. That is ridiculous. What we're looking forward to is you're able to utilize mobile apps such as Mobills or Wallet, where you can simply input your monthly income and deduct your expenses. And from there, you're able to accurately manage and structure a savings plan for yourself. Now, we spoke about savings, and I spoke about that 20% that you're supposed to be putting aside. I want you to think of that savings plan as an expense. Think of it as a bill, something that you know you have to put forward. So rather than saying, oh, I'm going to go ahead and save 2,000 this month and then 1,000 next month or 5,000, give yourself a benchmark figure. My expense for savings will be $10,000 a month. My expense for savings will be $5,000 for a month. And from there, you also have a fact where you're putting aside that set amount of money where you can say, all right, this is what I want to save towards. And before you even think about saving overall, I want you to think of these 4 rudimentary questions that you have to ask yourself to navigate your savings plans, which is to determine what your goals are. We spoke about if it is that you want to go ahead and build a home, if it is a case where you want to also go ahead and purchase a car, is it that you're saving for retirement? In purchasing for retirement, you might be looking at long-term savings goals, such as our Gold Saver account. You may also want a fixed deposit, which matures on a yearly basis. If it is for short-term goals, you might consider a high-yield account or a partner plan account. Moving on to the next question, which is the amount that you can save. Now, we don't want it to be a case where you are overextending yourself and your saving does not match into your monthly budget. If it is that you can only afford $5,000 to save, then you can only afford $5,000. Do not open a fixed deposit for $25,000 a month when it is a case where you're only taking in $30,000. That would be ineffective. Now, we also have to look at the frequency within which you can save. If you do get paid on a monthly basis, we wouldn't expect you to say, all right, then save on a weekly basis, which is what we do have with one of our partner plans. With that, you need to ensure that you are structuring your savings plans as it relates to your circumstances. And based on the types of accounts that I had just suggested, you can see that JN offers a plethora of products. And based on the conversation that you have, you're looking at your wants, your needs, your goals in mind. And from there, we at JN Bank, as well as youth banking units, can tailor a suite of products directly for you. Now, as the school system is opening back up, where COVID is thankfully going away, in a sense, we have Jnbank has revisited the Easy Save account, where you can open it with a minimum of $200. Now we have 3 saving categories, which is for basic and infant, primary, prep, or we also have secondary or high school. Now, when you're thinking about it, $200 is a little bit of money. But in comparative to the $2,500 that you would use if you're just going into the banking network, $200 is pennies. And based on that also, you do have the same benefits and features that you would have with a regular account, which is access to ATM cards, which conditions would apply. You do have competitive interest rates, and you can deposit and withdraw as you like with this account. And I'm certain you would have heard me mentioning these type of products before. Jnbank offers a wide range of products for youth. This is just 3 of said products, which is partner plan. You can start it with a minimum of $1,000 or more per week. We offer weekly, fortnightly, or monthly plans, and you can save for a fixed period of roughly 16, 24, 32, or 48 weeks. Say you're looking for a goal, or you have a goal in mind for upcoming September, you need to go back to school. We do have a promotion in play where it is $2,000 per week, and a case where for 16 weeks and you're able to save for back to school for parents. We have high yield account, which is a subscription-based contractual account. You can start it with a minimum of $5,000 or for foreign currency, 100 units. And it is a 1-year contractual plan. This also has a rollover feature where if it is a case where you do not want it to be transferred automatically to your savings account upon maturity, you do have the option of it rolling over overall. Now, finally here, we have direct gain account. Now, as a direct gain is a fixed deposit account, it's a little bit different than what we consider to be the high yield. It has a minimum opening requirement of $25,000, and it is also available in the foreign currencies of US pounds or Canadian. With this suite of products, it is a case where we have 4 terms, which is 30 days, 90 days, 180, or 365, 1 year. Now, Jnbank, and specifically the youth banking unit, has recently launched a new product, which is our Goal Saver account. And as the name suggests, it's saving towards future goal. It's to enable goal attainment. And in partnership with the JN Life Insurance Company, it does come with a critical illness protection. And what this is you're thinking about the 8 or 9 major critical illnesses. You're thinking about death, you're thinking about blindness, cancer, all of those bad stuff. In a case, your deposit and your interest would be insured in the event of death, disability, or any of the listed critical illness. And you're thinking, all right, based on the features presented on your screen, you're thinking 100,000 is a lot of money. But when you look at the downtime, it is a long-term certificate of deposit and it's tax-free. What certificate, in a sense, which offers 7 years would be tax-free in a case where you're guaranteed interest of up to 30%. Now, JN Way. I myself, I've never actually been in the JN Way program, but I represent JN's youth banking unit, which is the cornerstone or in terms of JNWay program. I know that our moderator here, Ms. Ford, has been, as she has identified before, she is a past JNWay ambassador, and she has been through the program, so she knows what we're talking about. JNWay, which is the Wise Aspiring Youth, is an engagement initiative geared to promoting financial literacy and empowerment for youths aged 18 to 34. And with this, our target is really tertiary institutions, technical, vocational skills and training institutions, community groups, clubs and associations. We also have a case where we have our ambassador program, which trains, manages, and coaches selected youth, which is our JNWay ambassadors, to actively engage with peers to open accounts, as well as to endorse other offerings of the JN Group and its member companies overall. So if you see your JNWay ambassadors in the chat, I know that we have a few of them that have been and still attend UA. There's a case where if you need any information, they'll be able to provide that to you. As it is now, we are currently in the recruitment stage for cohort 10. We do have a link provided that you can see in the chat, as well as you can follow us on Instagram at JNWay for any information as it pertains to the recruitment process. Now, overall, just moving on. Now, you're probably wondering, as it relates to the type of accounts that I have mentioned, you have Easy Save, you have regular savings, you have partner plan, you have high yield accounts, a plethora of products. You're wondering, how do I open an account with Jnbank? And it's pretty simple. 7 basic steps here on your screen. We need a valid ID, which can be your passport, driver's license, or voter's ID. Your TRN, it doesn't have to be the actual card. You can also use the letter. Your college enrollment verification, just to ensure that you are in that educational institution. Your address verification, and we do have a list of documents or a list of requirements that can be utilized to verify your address. We also require a source of fund and 2 references, which would be the name and telephone number for your, nothing written, but just the name and telephone number, and the opening deposit of minimum $500 or more in comparison to the $2,500 that you would use as a regular savings if you were stepping into the branch. And just to say, we are here for you if it is a case where you need to contact one of our youth banking reps. We offer our non-face-to-face process of having the accounts opened by just emailing us. We are able to contact you based on that, and from there we're able to have the account opened in absentia. That would be the end of my presentation here. I thank you so much for that.
Thank you so much for that, Ms. Fletcher. That was very, informative, providing us with information on the variety of products that Jnbank has to offer for everyone on this call, and specifically our youth. So guys, go ahead, and if you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the chat. Ms. Fletcher, as well as our ambassadors and other representatives who are on the call, will answer you. Kadeen, I'm going to go ahead. All right, so we have a question here. What would be an example of a source of fund for a student? So Kadeen, I'm just going to ask you to quickly answer this question from Mr. Francis.
Certainly. So, Mr. Francis, a source of funding for a student would be a letter from their parent or the person that is providing funding, just stating exactly that they would be financially supporting the child or the student in that case.
Thank you so much, Kadeen. If you guys have any additional questions at all, the chat is open, so feel free to go ahead and ask right now. Right? The website, as well as contact information for our youth banking representatives and JN's Instagram page, as well as Jnway's Instagram page, are posted in the chat for you to have all the information that you need going forward. Ms. Fletcher, once again, thank you so much. Now we are coming to the close of our program, and I just hope that so far you guys would have been in tune, listening to everything that we have to offer. So far, we would have spoken about the Jamaica Automobile Association, investments, life insurance, and the products from Jnbank, and the list goes on, right? So I have a few questions. I want to see how well you guys have been listening, and we also have some prizes to hand out to those who answer the questions correctly. So the first person, of course, as we've been doing, to put the correct answer in the chat, and our JN support, who's also in the chat, will identify the winners. All right. So the first question is one from a presentation from the last presentation from Ms. Fletcher. So it should be fresh in your memory, right? So what is the minimum opening balance for the JN Easy Save account? This is an easy question. The minimum opening balance for the JN Easy Save account. Right, so I'm seeing the answers in the chat. So the moderator will just assist me with identifying the person who answered correctly first, right? And they will just reach out to you and let you know how you can go about and accessing your prize. Don't worry, guys, you have another chance. I'm going to throw out a next question over there, all right? Okay, so this question. All right, so Miss Keisha Gray Guy, you were identified as the winner for this question. Congratulations. So I have one more question for you guys. And this question is regarding the JN life insurance presentation. This is also an easy one, guys. So come on. Between what ages does an individual qualify for life insurance? Between what ages does an individual qualify for JN life insurance? All right, and the reps were here from JN Life. Miss Shanalee, given they can just look in the chat and assist us with identifying the winner as well.
About that, sorry.
That's okay. So the question that we asked is between what age does JN, between what ages does an individual qualify for JN life insurance? So we're looking in the chat for the winners. So you, along with tech support, seeking your assistance with identifying same, okay?
All right. So I'll contact you after with the names.
Okay, no problem. And guys, you know, I'm feeling kind. So I'm just going to ask one last question before we wrap up. All right. So this question is, name any 2 account opening requirements for the JN account. Any 2 account opening requirements for a JN account. All right, so you guys are very quick with this one. So as I said, tech support as well as the moderators on the call will assist me with identifying the winners, and you guys will be contacted to receive your prize from us here. I just want to say thank you all for joining us tonight and just being here receiving the information that we have to offer to you, our young people, about the different products and services provided by JN Group that will help you on your journey to financial freedom and financial security. It has been a pleasure. Thank you so much to the guests from the UWI Alumni Association, from JAA, JN Fund Managers, JN Life, and Jnbank, right? This is a part of our financial literacy series, and we are looking forward to you guys just reaching out with whatever additional questions you may have. So I just want you guys, before you hop off the call, just to light up the chat with some emoji if you would have been leaving here today being informed and equipped, right? I just want you guys to, before you hop off, to just drop some emojis in the chat. Okay, thank you so very much. And once again, thanks to our guest speakers.